Seconds out, round one.
It's a really good contest here at Super Feather. Sultan Zaurbek, the most flashy white trunks here, the Kazakh, who's with Billy Nelson in green gears, and Billy speaks so highly of him, up against John Carter, the Spaniard with the English name, an English father, Tim, and Carter back from his struggles with illness and injury and giving himself a chance. He'd love a tilt one day at the European title. So much at stake for both of these fighters, but Barry, you know what Billy Nelson says about Zaurbek. He thinks he's one of the best he's seen. He says he beats Joe Cordina tomorrow if they fought. He's got a huge opinion of him.
Yeah, I think that's a big step up for Zaurbek for sure, but I've seen most of his career and he is a real talented fighter, very patient, accurate with his work. Can be a little bit nasty with the combinations when he lets him go as well. So for Carter, who can be quite aggressive, but also a decent little boxer in his own right. But for this fight, he needs to be pushing forward, moving ahead, trying to smother the work of Zaurbek, trying to get him involved in a war he doesn't want to be in. When you're up against a guy who's technically better than you, to slow the fight down, allow him time to set his shots, to set the traps, is always a risky move.
Zaurbek, a fine amateur, a world silver medalist, an Asian amateur champion. Great record given the volume that he came through to win one and reach the final of the other. Good accurate work there from him.
Again, without there being really crunching punches, there's snappy combinations from Zaurbek.
This is Carter's first real test since he came back after having an issue with a brain scan that turned out it was hereditary rather than caused by the fight game. So he was given permission by doctors to continue. He's had 2 4-rounders, and this, of course, a big step up since that.
Not far off there with that sweeping left cross there from Zaurbek, and again going down to the body. This is where you've got to put pressure on him. You've got to make him rush his work if you can. There's a risk of walking onto shots, I understand that. But at the range he's at now, Carter, he's going to be just picked apart.
Yeah, has to be a night for him to take risks, but of course that's easier said than done.
Or you move round a bit more and feint with the feet and try and get Zaurbek to chase you a little bit and maybe punch from too far out and give you an opportunity to counter. Either way, where he is now, the distance he's in now allows Zaurbek just to time anything like that. So too much vision for Zaurbek there in that round. It was a good start there from the Kazakh boxer.
Seconds out, round 2.
So round number 2 of a scheduled 10, and Carter out of the blocks quickly. Omar Sanchez and his brother James in his corner. Finding it hard to live with the quality here of Sultan Zaurbek, who's 14-0, 10 stoppages on his record. Saw him in Bolton against Riquen. Facundo Arce dealt with him after a slow start fairly comfortably.
That's a good jab there from Zaurbek. And again, look at that there, just made Carter miss with the jab there, and combinations from 3 different angles there. And again, there's nothing really heavy on the shots, but they are good. Bit of weight on that one though.
I think they're getting heavier.
But Carter's allowing him the time and the space to set these attacks up.
It's all the quality, but added to that, the fact he's a southpaw, make life even more awkward for Carter. It's fascinating to watch him sweep through the levels, Zaurbek.
But look how he punches inside his body frame here, Zaurbek. The elbows don't flay out wide. He turns from the hip when he throws every shot. It's lovely. Really good work, really clever.
Finding the target with that uppercut with real regularity in this second round. Life already very tough for John Carter. Look at this again from Zaurbek, just starting to turn on the flash a bit here.
And they're coming through a multitude of angles here. Carter's keeping his hands up tight. He's not quite sure what direction the punches are coming from.
Really smart, this great foot movement as well to set it all up from Sultan Zaurbek, and that left to the body around the elbow.
But Carter's, he's not committing or staying safe. He's sort of gone in that no man's land, the worst possible place he can be. Not fully committing to the attack, so he doesn't want to get caught with anything silly, but then just walking into the distance and having to take shots anyway. Got to get a left hook off there, Carter.
Heading for the closing 15 seconds of this second round. There's been very little joy for Carter here, and once again a good hook to the body from Zaurbek. He's not forgetting about that body work. Carter did land a right hand there, but plenty came back.
Yeah, took back a meteor right hook, didn't he, there off Zaurbek?
Seconds out, round 3.
Spanish they call boxing El Mundo de la 16 Cuerdas. My awful Spanish, but it translates brilliantly as the world of 16 ropes. And right now there is a difficult world for John Carter. Well, that's a lovely straight left hand, and Carter's in trouble. He backed off. He's cut as well, Carter. Zaurbek senses that he might be able to finish it here. Carter threw a left hand back, but Zaurbek's so clinical. Can he find the finish?
If he dips the legs here, Zaurbek throws an uppercut through the middle. The referee's going to step in, I feel. One big shot or a sustained attack, and he's going to have to here. He's lost, Carter. He just doesn't know what to do in there right now. It's a horrible place to be. I've been there. It's no answer to what's coming back.
That cut is under the right eye. The blood won't run into the eye, but it's still a nasty one. Still makes Carter look a little more beleaguered than he did already in the second round. Still a long way to go in this third round too.
No panic or rush in the work as Zaurbek. That's what's impressive from him.
Yeah, needs to be careful about use of that arm, pushing Carter away. Does show the strength he has, though. He's very, very strong and powerful at the weight.
It's the technique, and he pushes off the back leg with every punch. I said punches inside his body frame, so he has to turn the body with every shot. Oh, still good work.
And every shot is stinging and hurting Carter, and Carter's punches are bouncing off Zaurbek.
The ones you can partly land with. It's just come target practice here, isn't it, for Zaurbek? Oh, good shot.
Huge uppercut. Referee had a look at that as Carter staggers back, and he's seen it off. Sultan Zaurbek with a near punch-perfect performance. The Kazakh King does it again. Third round stoppage of John Carter, and that was very, very impressive. And he set up a gym, the Carter Boxing Club. He's trying to help people through the sport, and you can only wish him and his family well, but tonight he was in against someone who's going places. There's Billy Nelson in the background, the proud trainer and friend of Sultan Zaurbek. Where will his journey take him next? It's going to be absolutely fascinating to find out, but let's make it official now with RMC Paul Booth.
Ladies and gentlemen, timekeeper ringside Jim Kirkwood has recorded 2 minutes 19 seconds of round number 3, the official end of this contest. Referee Kevin McIntyre has decided in his professional opinion John Carter is in no position to continue. The winner, he entered the ring with a perfect professional fight record. He leaves with a perfect professional fight record. The Kazakh King, Сұлтан Заурбек.
Сұлтан Zaurбек moves to 15-0, an 11th stoppage win. He is very, very good.